Now look out. Owen could be gone. Owen, he's scored!
That last pass is from the net.
Another pass across Titan with a shot on the net, and he scores!
This is it. Dolphins, stop my pass. Net under the second zone. Dolphins scores. He scores.
Now it's a breakaway pass. Buzz Flippin. Look out, he's got an open net. Oh no, Buzz Flippin.
Off the stick. How did Katie see that? On Damocles scores.
Hello everyone, welcome to yet another D1 division game. I am one of your hosts, Alleycat, here with my good commentator, Winters. We are here on a very, very cold Tuesday night to watch the absolutely dominant Beavers play a bit of a drifting Ottawa Drifters team. What do you expect in the matchup, Winters?
Well, I expect a big game between these two teams. So we saw Albany last week, and this is the first look I'll get at this Ottawa Drifter team. I love their logo. It's the hobo with the pack attached to the hockey stick. That's great.
Indeed, yes. I think we're definitely going to see them stand up. I mean, Zub, he's had a bit of a not quite unsuccessful, but definitely not the season he hoped for last season. He missed, I believe he missed the playoffs. I believe chat can correct me there. But he's definitely a great captain. He can definitely draft well and make a team together. It's just sort of a results thing. And we also have to remember it's very, very early in the season. We've seen a number of examples where regular season doesn't necessarily matter when it comes to playoff performance. So we'll be ready there. But it looks like players are getting ready to go, and we'll head to center ice to get this started.
Absolutely, and shout out to everybody in the chat, which I can see tonight. And yes, you can hear me say Ball Hawk, Bubba. If you're playing tonight, I'll probably say your name a whole bunch of times. I don't know if you are. I don't know the lineups. But they are getting started, so no time for that. We're getting right into it. And as this puck is drifting across the zone, you see the pun there, as Ferdinand Gubbins, I hope I'm getting that right. I'm seeing this on the fly, as now they try to set up here as Glunna with the puck, who will just send it deep into the zone. And that's Hijinks picking it up, trying to send it in front, but just a clump of folks from Albany. Meat Cell among them, and he's going to be looking for Ratty. We're going to see that combination a lot tonight during this set of games. I'm learning that it's a 2 games is called a set, and we're playing 2 games of each of these teams right in a row because it's easier to do it that way, and I like it. So
Indeed.
Now, big save right there to start things off. As, yeah, like I said, this is my first look at Ottawa, and they're looking good so far. Here is Hijinks. Now shot and score from a tough angle. Lana and Zub helping him out.
Definitely a little bit of a play here that I think broke down a tiny bit. You get Zub right across the net, and Hijinks just manages to squeeze through and go through the legs of Rogue. That's just a bit of a misplay. It does happen. You can move the mouse at the wrong time and just move on from that. And I'm sure he'll look to do that going forward.
Absolutely. As now Meat Cell at the point, drop pass for Ratty. Just leaves it there. And this one is knocked away into the other end. And it is Kiwi who will chase this down and send it around. Meat Cell on the other side waiting to receive. He does. And now immediately on the move. The defense setting up in place. A shot goes wide. They pick it up in front, and it's like the goalie got a stick on it there. And is John in the net. And now Hijinks with a chance. He does it. Shoot and score.
Once again, it looks like the Beavers defense is kind of breaking down a tiny bit. Kiwi just kind of rushes off to rush there and leaves Hijinks completely alone, and he goes right for the top shelf. There's nothing Rogue can do about that. Albany's definitely going to need to lock in for this. We're not seeing their best right here.
Yeah, certainly was not expecting them to be down 2-0 like 2 minutes into the game. But that's how it stands, and we wondered how Ottawa would be, and turns out they're pretty good. Now they pick it up again, sent beautifully in front, but nobody there to pick it up, and so Meat Cell will carry it the other way and dump it in. Here is Kiwi at the point, sends it on. That is turned aside, and we'll try to pick it back up here as Hijinks will drop it to Zoob. I presume that is pronounced Zoob with the extra U's.
You got to pronounce it the full length of the name to give it credit. I do want to make a quick. Fun. I do want to make a bit of a quick note to chat. They are currently seeing 13 shots for as Ottawa as they score once again, but they're playing like they have 13 shots as we see what looks like yet another breakdown as there's two defenders back here. Rushes, misses on the chance, and just leaves Ferdinand there right in front of the net, and this is not...
Just on the front door, man.
Yeah, this is definitely looking like a bit of a struggle for Albany. They definitely want to forget this period.
Well, that takes us down to the 2-minute mark of the first period, and yeah, a 3-0 lead. That's well, it's not insurmountable, as we have seen. Well, we haven't seen it much in puck yet, because I haven't, but we saw it in Hockey Question Mark. We'll see if these guys, a lot of veterans from that old game, are coming back to make things happen, and they'll want to step it up here in this next period as this one winds down. The puck dribbles out for Kiwi to pick up in his zone, and he'll send it back through. There is Meat Cell again as he gets it through to Ratty. Cute Carl shot, save.
Great save by John on that. That's a dangerous one. And again, another front net shot as that's just saved perfectly. As, oh my goodness.
Yeah, he's playing really well. And there's another one as he got the stick on that one from Meat Cell. And so now Cute Carl will spin and get it back to Kiwi, and they will reload and try again. But this one is picked off. Here is Glunna with some room. Carries it across the blue line. Face-off circle. Shot in the top corner, top shelf, where Mama keeps the cookies, Alley Cat.
This is... I don't know what to say here. The best team of week one with three of the top three players of the week just are looking like they have never played together before. This is just... I don't even know if they're really communicating from the look of this. It's crazy. I don't know. Like there's... I mean, we look at the shots, obviously on the net, it's 6-5, so they're definitely getting shots, but man, one save from Rogue. No, it's not 15. The bit of a glitch.
It seems like 15.
Indeed, it does. It's definitely playing like it. I think it's a bit of a glitch in the system, but no, it's only 5, as I was pointing out earlier. Unless we saw some magic happen before face-off, but no, they're definitely playing like they've made 15 shots, but they've only made 5 and capitalized on, I believe, 80% of them.
So this period draws to a close as they're just going to get ready and try to do something here in the second. Yes, a stunning score line right now, 4-0. And, you know, sometimes teams really come to play, and this Ottawa team really came to play, it looks like.
Definitely. I mean, Rogue is, I don't want to say not the best goalie in D1. He's definitely one that can compete here, but they're making him look like he belongs in a division below, and that's not, you know, a commendation of anyone's skill. It's just kind of how they're playing right now. Any team can fail like this. It's just sort of whether you lock in for the next bit. There's 3 periods in a game, and as you like to say, there's only one that really matters.
Uh-huh. I do like to say that, Allie. And so we'll see if that plays out. Here is Zoob. Now over to Glunna in the corner as he will just send it around. and they'll play back and forth with it, Zoob, but it is Cute Carl who steals it and starts to try to get things going for Albany here. 4-0. Wow, but there's a chance.
Great net front shot and great
stopped.
block in the position by John. It seems like the Drifters are on it tonight. They came and were like, no, we're slaying Goliath as David.
And this one just slides across the crease and out. And Ferdinand Gubbins will send it up to the point. Shot on Kiwi with the block. And here is Gubbins again, who will send it from the near side to the far side. And a long shot that was tipped away before it could get a chance to be saved or not. Ratty in front meets no.
Almost like Lady
Big
Luck
stop
isn't
again.
quite on Albany's side. They're getting really good high-quality shots and chances. They're out shooting them 10-6, but yet still, John is just standing on his head and refusing anything past his net.
It's a very impressive performance. And now all alone in front, and Rogue comes out big to make that stop. A gutsy play. And so some goaltending on the other end. Very nice.
That's definitely got to be
Glenna with the
my
steal.
highlight
Here's
of
a
the night.
chance. He's coming through, and he gets diverted enough to divert this one away from the net. So he chased him out properly, but they are putting the pressure on. Here is Zoob again as he dumps this, chases it himself. Here is Zoob in front, shot save again. Rogue, now his turn to stand tall. Zoob will keep the pressure going, sends it to the slot, nobody home, and this one's going to dribble away back to the other end. John's going to pick it up and send it to the neutral zone. A couple of minutes left in this period. Pretty exciting stuff. No change in the scoreline, 4-0. Ottawa with the lead. And the OTT, big performance against the ALB. A shot save again, John. As they are putting the firepower on him, but he has been up to the task so far, Ali.
I do love a goalie battle, and honestly, like, Rogue's definitely come to play in the second period. The first definitely wants to forget that, but both goalies are having a great one, and there's finally one that gets past John.
Yes, as Ratty, plenty of time in front there to get that shot and score.
Yeah, leaving two players like that out in front of the net, really dangerous, and Ratty just kind of pats that one in off a great shot.
A much needed goal for Albany as they are just trying to keep pace in this first game of the set of two tonight that we are bringing you here on the Puck Hockey League Network. Do give us a follow on this channel if you have not already, and if you're here, you probably already have followed, but just in case, right? Just in case. Here is Hijinks. Nice move around a couple of people and shoots it just wide. Glenna picks it up. Now at the face-off circle is Cute Carl, who will get this away, but Ferdinand Gubbins keeping it in play on this side. Now here is Cute Carl, who gets it back, and he sends it across to Meatsail. Never a bad play. The shot, and looks like it got blocked. So Glenna will go back to Zoob as they cross the blue line with it. He's got a couple of people on him, and they pick his pocket here, and Ratty will have a chance. He is at the face-off circle, moves it in, Meatsail, shot save at point-blank range. John once again, my goodness, and a long shot, turned aside. Wow. And so in the waning moments of the second period, a lot of action. Hijinks now will send this on. It sails into the post and out, and the rebound does not go. So Cute Carl with 20 seconds remaining, he's moving it. He's dishing it across, and Meatsail is going to look for somebody in front, and a defensive play there to keep it away. Now Ratty, will he have time? 4 seconds left. Will Ferdinand Gubbins have time? He launches, and Rogue makes the stop. I think time ran out before that.
Well, I can
Or
tell
it
you
was right at the
with
mark. Yeah.
I can tell you with almost absolute certainty, even with that one goal against, John is absolutely the standout for me. 16 shots versus Rogue's 9. It's not even close. John is absolutely standing on his head with a 941, even with a goal in, and they're just shutting down the offense of the Beavers perfectly.
Well, they're in prime time on the Puck Hockey League Network, and the whole world is watching, and so that's when you want to really step up and make plays, and he is sure doing it tonight. Here is Meatsell, though. And another big save by John. How does he see that? That's beautiful. And the puck going the other way, Glunna. As now this will dribble back to the zone. They're going to play back and forth between the blue lines here as they tussle for it. A kerfuffle, a brouhaha, if you will, as puck going around. Here is Hijinks as he shields it and tries to get going to Glunna, but Kiwi is going to get to it first and play this around the boards. Now here is Cute Carl as he crosses the line. The habitual line crosser. Meatsell shoots and scores!
There it is. Had to happen at some point. The Beavers' offense is killer, and they're doing it once again. Just, locking in, getting shots on net, being in the right place at the right time, and Meatsell just is to get a top corner. Great shot off there, right through traffic. And I think the Beavers can let a bit of a proverbial breath, as they definitely have a little bit of life left in them.
Yeah, there's too much offensive firepower on the team to lay down early on. They've got lots of time to do something, but Ottawa has been so good, and so they'll have to overcome them as well, as they've really been showing some offensive firepower of their own. But now at center ice, Meatsell will gain possession of the puck. And did you see his highlight video that he put out? It was really cool.
I did not know, but I did see the absolute lineup that the Beavers have. Three of their top players, all in the players of the week. I believe it went Meatsell, Ratty, and Carl, if my memory serves. With 10 at least 10 points. Meatsell with 11, I believe, but just. I don't think that's even a question. That's insane that you have 30 points between three players on one team in a week in 4 games is just wild. And Ottawa's definitely defending well. I think one thing we're going to see that's interesting is, can you win a game off of one period? Because Ottawa has not been the best team in both these periods, but they've been the best in one. But it'll be clear if we see them do that.
Yeah, here's Zub giving it a try, as we'll throw a backhand at the net. That one is blocked. And so now dumped down to Cute Carl. And will he maintain possession? No, he drops it for Meatsell. And they're all in position there. And again, this one is flipped away by Ottawa. They'll try again. Cute Carl now. Shot blocked. Or pass blocked, either one. Either way, it's blocked. And so now Glunna. And again, defensive stop. Ratty, as Zub will poke this away from him. And so just a lot more defensive minded here as things go in this game, because we're almost to the end. And Albany has a minute 40 to try to do something. But Ferdinand Gubbins puts a biscuit in the basket. Beautiful. 5-2, Allie.
I think that might be the proverbial dagger in the Beavers' night with the comeback. I think at this point, the only thing they can really do is just pad their stats. They're down by 3 with, I believe, about little over a minute left. It's pretty close to being over for the Beavers, but shrug it off and move on. Move on for the next one.
Right. That's why we play 2 games, right? They're going to have a chance to reset and try to hold them off from the beginning. It seemed like it took a while for the cohesion on defense to gel, and it's they're doing a lot better here in these last two periods, but yeah, they had a big deficit to try to get out from under. And, you know, can they score 3 goals in a minute? It's not unplausible. So we'll see. Here's Zub as a nice pass across. It's going to be John who's going to take this puck and slow play it a little bit as he sends it around. Hijinks getting held up there from trying to get to it. And a couple of guys gather and dump it in. It's going to be Kiwi's puck to play from the zone with 30 seconds left. So time running out. And it's running out even more now than it was before. Here's Meatsill. Shot blocked. He was right there, couldn't get it off. There is Kiwi. Plays it along the boards, keeps it going. But hijinks. Now to Glunna. Oh, beautiful. And he's got a chance. And a big stop by Rogue. So Ratty with 7 seconds. Yeah, put it in stone. This first game is going to Ottawa. A 5-2 win over Albany with emphasis and authority.
12 shots by Meatsill alone. He was an absolute stud this game, but John, even with 2 goals against, put up a 900. That's just insane. Just a crazy, crazy game overall. Not one I thought I was expecting going into this, but definitely a fun night, and I'm glad I turned up for this one. 5-2, 4 goals in 1 period by the underdog, just putting the hammer to Meatsill and the Beavers weak.
Yeah, 900, you say. Wow.
Yes, I should say 900.
That's pretty good for this
save percentage.
game.
Yes, .900
yeah,
save percentage.
Exactly. Yeah. From what I understand, that is just a ridiculous stat right there.
Well, I mean,
he just faced a barrage of really good shots.
It was, I believe, 19 or 20 shots for the Beavers and about 10 or 11 for this one, and it's just like I don't know what to say. But as we get into the second game, we'll see how momentum shifts and whether Ottawa's 1 game continues or not.
Absolutely. They'll be looking to set a different tone here in the opening stanza, as it is Cute Carl who tries to do that. But it is Zub who's going to steal this puck and push it the other way. Drop pass for hijinks as they collide at center ice. And he will get it down to Glunna, who sends it back around. It is hijinks' puck to play now, as he will look to send it in front maybe, or he's going to do it himself. Shot! It travels over the net and the crossbar and pretty much everything else. But a good attempt nevertheless. Cute Carl will play it back in the other direction. So he's got Ratty down low. It is Zub who intervenes and will play it back around to hijinks to slow down the pace here a little bit. As I got a stick on that one, so I'm going to travel all the way back to Rogue, and he'll just say, hey, take this, John. And they are there to stop it. Here is Glunna, as he is blocked by Meatsill, and it is Kiwi again, who will try to advance the puck here. No score early in this second game. First one, big win by Ottawa. If you're just getting here, they had a big offensive breakout in the first period especially, and got that first win. So now Albany looking to regain their form, as Cute Carl to Ratty, as he'll just let this one trickle into the zone. Now at the point, it is Ferdinand Gubbins who's going to take it in the other direction for the OTT. And Ratty will gain possession. And a battle here in the neutral zone. Somebody's got to come away with it, and it is Zub. And he had it to Glunna, and they're in front, nothing doing. But good passing. People are where they need to be. And so good stuff so far. Nothing has gone over the line for either team. Scoreless in the first period, Allie.
Scoreless and also, I believe, shotless if my clock counter's correct, but it definitely looks like it's a much slower and much bigger chance there, as it seems like defense is being the priority this time, with slow and steady winning the race here.
Yeah, absolutely. A different tone to this one than the first one for both teams. But now Zub trying to go for the wraparound, I think, but he couldn't get to the front of the net with it. And so now here is Glenna, who leaves it for Hijinks, a shot wide. And that almost bounced in front, but they're not able to convert. So it is Ratty who has a little bit of momentum here. We'll leave it for Cute Carl and swap ends. So that is a very clear part of the ice for Meat Cell to play it from, at least momentarily, as Ottawa converges. Here's Ratty, sends in front, Meat Cell shoots and scores.
Definitely a bit of an interesting play. Ratty just kind of staying in front of the net at first, and then Meat Sale joining him, just getting in John's face, kind of blocking him a little bit. I'm not sure if they'll challenge that. Probably not, it looks like, but definitely a little close for comfort, and you don't want to be too close there and interfere with the goalie, because then your night gets a hell of a lot worse.
Yeah, then it gets very litigious. And from what I understand, PHL is pretty good about working that stuff out. Like, there's a committee that looks at this stuff, yes. And
Indeed,
kind of
yes.
decides. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, because sometimes that can be a very controversial thing we have found in the past.
Yes.
And so it's nice that they've got eyes on it and got extra opinions, because sometimes it can be very close. But yeah, I think that was he was outside of the crease, if that counts. So I don't know. There's and somehow that he follows up and scores, as it was not on the line, and then he got it over the line. Smokey.
Well, I'll tell you, Rogue just kind of
1-1.
Rogue just kind of had this bounce off the net and had no idea where it was. I think he thought it'd go further, but it just kind of laid there right in his crease, and that's a frustrating one, considering that he's been pretty good tonight, at least in this game.
Yeah, well, it gives me a chance to do a Big Lebowski reference. So now the shot, and sticks fly, and so does the puck, but not into the net. So now shot save again, Rogue.
Hijinks just driving to the net there, going through multiple players and sticking all around, and he just manages to get it as we come to a close. And Meat Sale with 4 shots is kind of leading their offense here, whereas Hijinks and Zub, 2 best players probably on Ottawa, are definitely leading there. Even distribution between the goalies for the score, and I think so far been a pretty even game. I can't really tell who's gonna have the strength going into the next game or next period.
Yeah, are we gonna have a bonus game? Yeah, I'm down. But no, I think. But yeah, you're right, Allie. The tone definitely changed. This is a lot different than what we saw before. People have settled down. That's the good thing about playing 2 games. You know, if you got the yips in one game, you've got time to kind of turn that around in the second stanza, and that's what's happening here. Both these teams playing good defense, and the goaltending again just remarkable. I mean, both these teams, wow. So now it will fall into the hands of Meat Sale, who gets it to Ratty. Ferdinand Gubbins will just try to send this out of the zone, but it is blocked, and so Hijinks will finish the work. But Cute Carl there at center ice to send this back in. And so they'll just kind of play catch back and forth with it here as into the zone goes Glunna. And cute Carl. There's Glunna in front. Shot and score!
Well,
Hanging
Ottawa
around the right
definitely,
place.
Ottawa definitely digging in to get that one out, and you know, there's sometimes pressure can be rewarded, and this is an example of it. Just going right there and shooting top shelf, and this game is 2-1 once again in favor of Ottawa, and Meat Sale's got to be having a few words with his team, and you know, just saying, you know, keep the pressure up and keep the offense rolling, but he's got to start either. You know, not, I don't want to say play harder than he is, because he's definitely playing hard, but sort of being a little more distributive with, oh my goodness,
stop.
what the,
There it is,
that
Glunna.
is one of the strangest goals I think I've seen in my time here. He kind of gets it up, Glunna, and just kind of shoots it high, and then it bounces off of Hijinks, off of Rogue's skull, and then Glunna just kind of puts it right on the line in. That is just... I don't even know what to say. That's not a failure on anyone's part. That's just blind luck.
Yeah, shoot the puck, crash the net, and stuff it home when you get a chance. And that makes it 3-1 as Ottawa has suddenly shifted the balance of this game somewhat as we're about halfway through this second game and indeed the second period. So Meat Sale.
Ottawa's definitely got to be happy with, you know, taking 3 points from one of the best offensive teams so far in D1. I mean, getting 3 points this early on, whew, you got to have a really nice time with that. 3 out of 6 points in favor of Ottawa, and looks like they might get more.
Oh, but Rogue, again, the stop. And so it will be Ratty moving it the other way. And into the slot, he shoots. John with the save. Again, and now the puck kind of in question as they battle for it here. And now in the neutral zone, a scuffle for it. Glunna comes away with it. And the game lags, so everybody looks really slow for a second. Now they're back. Okay, thank you. And Gubbins shot wide. Now over to Meat Sale. We'll try to move this puck. And he's got people with him. Ratty and John with the jump save.
Good bounce off the dome.
Yeah.
His head's probably still ringing after that one.
Oh, yeah. I've had a few like that. It literally rattles your cage. But that's why the cage is there. Trying to keep these players safe from injury on the virtual ice. Here's Meat Sale as he leaves it for Addy. Stolen, Glunna. He doesn't get to the blue line with it, though, as they will send this back the other way. Chance in front! And too many bodies colliding, and that one not able to find its way home. So now send in deep. Cute Carl will pick it up and send it away. But yes, the pressure very strong. We're under a minute left in the second. Here is Cute Carl. Shot stop again. As now, we'll see where this goes. And Ottawa very strong tonight. 3-1. Is the lead that they are hoping to carry into the third, maybe add to it here. Here's Hijinks as he flips one into the side of the net, and Rogue has to fight off a couple there at a tough angle. And sometimes those are dangerous because you can't really see where it's at. And they've gotten in a dangerous place a few times like that. But this period will expire, and we'll go to, yes, Allie, it is the most important period of the hockey game and perhaps of the evening.
As we see, shots are heavily favoring Ottawa right now. They're getting outscored twice, 10 shots to 5 for Albany, for Ottawa. And I think we're kind of seeing a bit of a reversal of last game where Ottawa's kind of taken over a little bit, but they're managing to get the pucks in the net. That's kind of the difference with Albany right now. And Ottawa could be looking to take a sweep against this series, dealing all 6 of 6 points.
Yeah, so that may spoil a few people's night on like DraftKings or whatever. If you wagered on this, you might not have wagered on the fact that Ottawa is just coming out strong tonight. Oh, a big chance in front and nothing doing. So Albany beginning the third period with some offensive push. But it is Ferdinand Gubbins who takes this away. Now drops it over to Zub on the other side of the blue line. He will take a shot. It goes wide. Travels around the other way. Picks it up. And yeah, now I know not to use this camera angle because I'm kind of behind a wall right now. So, okay, Meat Cell has it. I'm learning, man. This is week 2. But
Patience
it's
and time.
already becoming a lot clearer.
Patience and time.
Yeah, absolutely. So a minute has elapsed so far, and still the score is the same. But Albany looking to get in position here. Kiwi will take it to center ice to the red line and get it over to Cute Carl. And his pass blocked immediately. And so Ottawa tightening their defense down, as they don't have to overextend. They just have to be in their zone and be ready. But here is Ratty, and that gets taken away from him. Ferdinand Gubbins, is he going to send this out? No, he's just going to carry it and move it into place. Hijinks there waiting for it, and the rebound will fly all the way out. Ratty's got it. And he's got room. Big defensive play by Zub to take that puck away from him and send it back the other way. He's going coast to coast with it. Shot. He gets it over to Hijinks. But again, too many bodies in the way. And his seed will find no purchase. Now into the corner. Will travel behind John. And Zub will keep it going along the boards as Meat Cell looking for his teammates to fall into position. And a long pass headed for Glunna. It gets picked off. And so nobody really able to get much going here. As we are back at center ice with it, here is Ratty. As he goes ahead and fires one, it goes wide. And he picks it up, though, picks up his own rebound, shot and another big stop. Wow. And so now Kiwi, we're starting to see some intensity from Albany, a little bit of extra pressure as they shoot it and knock down with a high stick. It will go back to Rogue, and he will play this out of the corner to Cute Carl. Stolen. Gubbins shot and a rebound save. And wow. So a minute and a half. All this is happening. Time is elapsing and time running out on the Albany Beavers. Tough night. As they'll try to get something going here late. And again, they've got to do it quickly. But John easily sends that out of the zone. Now Ratty picks it back up and dumps it in again. It will be chased by Cute Carl. He leaves it at the point, but nobody there at the point. So Kiwi's going to have to travel all the way back and pick this up. Under a minute remains for the Albany Beavers to do something in this game. Meat Cell, Ratty, they're there, but it goes back the other way. Here's Hijinks. He sends it across to Glunna and into the corner. He puts one right in front. Nobody's there to pick it up. And so more time elapses, and Rogue jumps up and knocks this one down. Glenna still with the puck, and almost that. It's a good thing he was anchored to the post there, because that puck was trickling into a dangerous spot. 10 seconds remain, and put this one in stone too, and the Albany Beavers will drop both games tonight to the Ottawa Drifters. 3-1 is your final on game 2, and wow, the quality of these two games was great, but very surprising that Albany didn't win a game tonight. Neither one.
Indeed, I thought there'd be a bit more of a comeback from the Beavers, but they were kind of just didn't really show a ton of teeth right there. There was a lot of chances in the first game. I think overall, the first game was just them losing a period and it getting away from them. But I think the second one, they just didn't really have the chances and didn't really produce. And for that, they get 2 regulation losses and excuse me.
You're excused. Yeah, it's just a surprising, but that's why we play these games, right? I mean, you got to show up and get it done. I mean, some nights are better than others, but all of these games count. And when you get to the end of the season, it becomes a matter of inches, so to speak, between the points that you need and the points that you have. You look back on nights like this and say, man, if we would have, stepped it up a little more here and there. But Ottawa, they certainly have a impressive team, I have to say, and just incredible work from their goalie, John. And this is the kind of stuff that you build your season on, your reputation on. And it definitely gives you a lot of confidence and strength to keep that momentum going. And so they'll be an interesting team to watch as this season progresses as well. We've talked a lot about Albany. We got to start talking about Ottawa too, because wow.
Indeed, I don't think there's much more to say. With those 2 regulation wins, the Ottawa Drifters become the top team in, I believe it is give me one moment, it is the Orange Division. They overtake them by 1 point, and have total 3 regulation wins in those games. This is a great showing by the Drifters and definitely something you can build the season on. And I think hopefully Meat Sale and his team will not have to go back to the drawing board, but will be able to build upon their first week going forward. We'd love to see the parity in these teams. We don't want to see, obvious team, takes it. That's kind of the fun part, is you see these David versus Goliath matchups and you see Goliath fall eventually. But with that, I believe we are packed for the night. I believe that's the only game on roster. Winters, is there anything else on your end, or shall we greet a good night to our fine viewers?
This is usually the part, Ali, where I would tell people to follow all my social crap. Follow Winners TV on Twitch TV. If you're on the PHL Discord, there's links in my bio to all my stuff, and there's also links to all my stuff in the Twitch TV channel, Winners TV. Be sure and follow the Puck Hockey League Network and its sister channels, Puck Hockey League 2 and Puck Hockey League 3, because some nights they use them all. I mean, so there's multiple games going on, and wish we could cover more for you tonight, but I think this is probably about the only one, right, Ali? So
indeed, yes.
Yeah, so we'll say goodbye to everyone, but that just means there's more hockey coming soon. We'll be back Thursday with more of this Pro Division of PHL Season 3. And I'm Winners with the One. I've been here with Ali Cat. And fun working with you, man. And you're like a good luck charm. You show up and we have these crazy games.
Indeed, so. I should probably come to more. I think at this rate. We'll see more interesting matchups. But in the meantime, from all of us at production, at PHL Network, have a pleasant and warm night, folks. Stay safe, and we will see you next time.